Hi, everybody. It is still August 15, 2021. Yeah, well, when you have no life, you have to keep yourself busy. So here I am again. Boy, this weather, the fires, the storms. Has anybody heard any reporting on this hurricane circling over here in the Pacific? Oh, those hurricanes that just sit there for days. It has definitely been there for 2 days. It might be 3 days. I can't remember, but definitely 2 days. Anybody hear any reporting on this? Manufactured. And they just sit there and sit there. And then, well, if they need them, they activate them. And if they don't need it, then the whole thing will just crumble. I've seen it many, many times before. So, I haven't really been following this tropical storm. Way too much is going on. Oh, yeah, way too much. And, oh, I didn't know that there were two, Grace and Fred. So this is the tropical storm already over Florida? All right. Well, maybe it's Grace that's going to be hitting Haiti. But as you can see, Grace is really not a natural tropical storm. She's got bits and pieces, and they'll just sew them together or not. But they will create a lot of flooding, that's for sure. All right, so Fred, and what's this little, well, it's going, well, it's going in the opposite direction. It's going east, but it's actually spewing out some nanobots. Fortunately, I do have this playlist on this channel, weather modification, nanotechnology videos, so you can check it out. They are using nanotechnology to create the destruction that you are seeing. So, okay, that's Fred spewing out, I guess, what's not needed. But it seems to be taking a kind of, I don't know, rectangular shape along with this. Yeah, you notice that the air currents are going in two different directions here in the Gulf. Well, it's really unbelievable. And this band of manufactured cloud, how long has that been sitting right on the coast? It's almost as if they're teasing you. Hey, how about some cloud that might even make rain for you guys out west? No, we won't have it. Those fires have to cause more destruction. But Dubai just made rain. Mainstream media even reported on it. Oh, Dubai. Dubai. Oh, they have scientists that are exceptional. We don't have those scientists. They have drones and electricity. We don't have. You could even say we don't have drones and electricity, and Americans would just go, oh, what a shame. Okay, so I'm getting tired of being, well, living in smoke. Living in smoke. My eyes hurt. My throat hurts. I don't feel well. And boy, the smoke has been pretty horrible. So, the smoke I captured days of it just coming from Canada. Now it's going, well, what is that, a northeasterly direction? But this seems to be coming down. I don't know. I get dizzy looking at satellite now. Look at that nice square band of cloud. Oh, it stretches. It looks like it's going to Russia. Oh, okay. No, China. China. Does that look like Mother Nature? How about the tire tracks? Wow. 2011, I was learning all of this stuff, and they were calling the microwave ripples tire tracks. Well, more manufactured cloud, Kansas, and wow, Texas, getting more rain. All right, so Fred, man. All right, I thought this was Fred, but this is Grace. So another shot for more destruction. But anybody, just looking at this, well, you should know that this is manufactured cloud. Mother Nature doesn't make rectangled clouds, which is forming right here. And the tropical storms are a little neater. They're not quite as all over the place. Kind of looking like Mother Nature just got pissed and threw it down to earth and it splattered. So, how you doing, Florida? How you doing? Yeah, well, it does look like you're going to be getting an awful lot of flooding rain. But look, I don't know how anybody can give out these forecasts today when we have soldiers at supercomputers putting in the coordinates for the nanotechnology, to get activated, the nanobots. They can create, flash flooding in a flash. So I'm not entirely sure how people do this, but I have to say that, well, that's the scary kind of flooding that you're looking at, but it could dissipate by the time it reaches land. But it does look like, is this the Broward County area? Not entirely sure. Naples around here, Fort Myers? Or is that a little further up? Well, it does look like you're getting some thunderstorms for sure. It's sad that we have to live this. It is. It's sad. So you'll get this one, and then I guess, the end of the week you'll get Grace. Aren't you lucky?
But first, we want to start with Garna Mejia along I-80 with the latest on the efforts to fight this fire. Garna.
Yeah, good evening, you guys. We are still at 0% containment. That is the official number that we're getting from firefighters. 2,500 to 3,000 acres burned. And let me show you guys, you can see these little flare-ups coming up here in the horizon. This is what's on the back of everyone's mind. It can quickly get out of control. They want to make sure that they have a grip on this tonight. It's no secret the drive into Parley's Canyon can get busy. But today was more than we bargained for. With flames raging and air assault covered the skyline red.
So to be honest, this is kind of becoming the new normal.
Firefighters say someone was driving with a faulty catalytic converter near exit 137 on I-80 eastbound. They sparked 4 different fires.
2, I think, immediately merged, and so we were planning on 2 different incidences, and then those 2 incidences merged into the single one behind us.
In a matter of minutes, the flames of what is now the Parley's Canyon fire overcame the mountainside, fueled by sage and oak brush.
We were going to do aggressive initial attack,
prompting a massive defensive response on air and ground.
This is going to be a long battle.
To give dozens of firefighters from multiple agencies space to work and hold down the line, troopers closed down all but one of the eastbound lanes.
We got several planes and helicopters dropping water and fire retardant.
In about 3 hours, the Parley's Canyon fire grew to more than 2,000 acres, prompting several evacuations.
If a police officer or the highway patrol or anybody is coming to ask you to leave, please do leave.
Yeah, well, I went looking for an update. This was last night, and I did see actually a video that the mandatory evacuations were still in place. But I came across this. Utah Wildfire forces evacuation shut down Interstate 80 near Salt Lake City. And I'm reading it, and it's, guess where? Parley's Canyon. My God, well, that was last August. Last August? And you have another fire right there? Wow, interesting. Okay, you got to look at the dates of these articles. Even if you do the filter, which I did, and it still comes up, wildfires. Well, here, wildfires threaten rural towns in Montana and California, and still evacuations going on. Thousands of homes threatened. California, Utah, Northern Cheyenne Indian Reservation in southeastern Montana, evacuation order. That was lifted Friday morning for about 600 people in and around the town of Ashland. That's southeast Montana. But the fires are still burning near the tribal headquarters, town of Lame Deer, where a mandatory evacuation remained in place. A second fire was threatening from the opposite direction. Fires all over. All over. I don't like seeing this. These BLM Mustang adoptions. Because many adopt them for slaughter. Yep. Let's make money off of slaughtering an incredible animal. Oh, well, air quality alert covering 7 Montana counties warned of extremely high levels of small pollution particles found in smoke, which can cause lung issues and other health problems if inhaled. How about if you're sitting in the smoke and your eyes? Oof. So tribal member Darlene Small helped her grandson move about 100 head of cattle to a new pasture, only to relocate them twice more because flames from the Richard Spring fire bore down. Okie dokie, fires everywhere. They've got to have pasture where there's water. If there's no water, it's not good pasture. And water is a big issue. A whole big issue now. Same conditions turned California's Dixie Fire into a furious blaze, burned down much of the small town of Greenville. Okay, Greenville. Wasn't that a couple of weeks ago now? A whole lot of other small towns have been burned down. But every broadcast I listen to, mainstream, every article I read, mainstream, it's always the small town of Greenville. Which, it's... they do this with floods. Baton Rouge. So all you were hearing, 2017 was it? Baton Rouge. Well, I drove out from South Carolina to Baton Rouge because I wanted to see what was going on. Oh, it was not only Baton Rouge. A whole lot of areas outside of Baton Rouge flooded, just like Baton Rouge. Houston. All you hear is about Houston. It's such a friggin' slap in the face to all of the other people who have suffered loss. Well, yeah, so isolated thunderstorms in the severe Sierra Nevada could bring some moisture, but also gusty and erratic winds could also spread the fire. Boy, it's like no way out. Southeastern Oregon. 2 new wildfires started by lightning Thursday near the California border. Okay. Sure hope they don't cross that border because, depending on where it is, I haven't seen it yet. I'll look, but Happy Camp subscriber lives in Happy Camp. Last year they had a fire. Seems to be a repeat. The new normal. Evacuation of an RV park stood in the path of the patent meadow fire, which rapidly expanded to 3 square miles in extremely hot and dry conditions west of Lakeview, Oregon. To have a fire go from a single lightning strike to 2,000 acres in 6 hours, that's substantial fire activity. And it's near the bootleg fire. Montana, days of swirling winds spread flames in all directions. Man. Of course, climate change has made the U.S. West warmer and drier in the past 30 years. Read another article on another website. Different kind of article, but the last couple of paragraphs were exactly the same. Like this article. All right. Study. Hey. It links excess COVID-19 cases and deaths to wildfire smoke. Wow. That was a quick study. New research indicates that exposure to pollutants and wildfire smoke may have led to thousands more COVID-19 cases and deaths. Wow. These studies, vaccines, they sure are just knocking them out real fast now. But I will tell you that smoke is not fun. Significant increase in COVID-19 cases and deaths in California, Oregon, and Washington state. What about all of the other places like Idaho and Montana that are sitting in a whole lot of smoke? Nevada, wildfires exacerbated the pandemic substantially. A Harvard biostatistician. My God, these are brilliant people. Just brilliant. Unbelievable. Well, you can read all about it. I'll remember to link to this. But, I am so not liking this smoke. It's not fun. Here, this was the 11th. Four days ago. And you can see it, it's... And oh, how white the sun is, how white the sky is, how pale blue when you take a shot all the way above your head. And here's, is this right? Yeah. This, I believe, was on the 11th as well. Because on occasion, I smell it. Look at this. Yep. That's not fog. It's not fog. You could, these trees are on the property here. You couldn't even see them. Well, you could see them, but, you cannot see the mountains. If you saw any of the videos that I posted on Never Lose Truth, then no, you can't The mountains are gone. Every day it's the same. And it got hot again. You know, I think it was last week. 2 days, I had a fire going because I had a chill. It was cold. And then we're back up in the, well, today I think it was 96. So, yeah, I mean, it's just an... It was, it's called Big Sky, Montana. Well, I don't know what they would call it now, but I wouldn't call it Big Sky. Look at all of these trees. That's not fog. But this smoke, I went on satellite, it was coming in from Canada. And it was sitting right over northwestern Montana. And then, of course, you have the lovely sunsets. Isn't that lovely? That was the color. And the moon, which, well, it disappeared last night. I'm not quite sure where it went, but it's been orange. And that is Babe. Babe and Buster. So, I guess I'll get COVID now because of the smoke. And everybody else will, so we've got to get tested, I guess. But here, yesterday and today, same thing. We found strong evidence of a positive association between daily increases in smoke and increased risk of COVID-19 cases and deaths. Well, they also found strong evidence of a positive association between motorcycle accidents and COVID-19. Wait. Right. Yeah. So, if you want to see in pictures the first 24 hours of the Parley's Canyon fire in Utah, check it out. World's largest human migration is coming, and it will affect you. Oh, it's already affecting you. Oh, man. Here, a wildfire darkens the skies over Jerusalem. Siberian wildfires dwarf all others on Earth combined. Look at this. Whole lot of wildlife. Can't stand it, can't stand it, can't stand it. Please disable your ad blocker. What's the point of having an ad blocker if every website asks you to disable it? Jerusalem. Evacuations, of course. Unbelievable. Well, I guess not so unbelievable. It's, there's no doubt about it. It's a very hard time for people who feel have empathy for others, not just the two-legged. How are you guys doing that have that kind of empathy? Because, yeah, it hurts. 96, 4 p.m., but it's now 20 after 7, so let's see, 93. Okay. Yeah, between the heat and the smoke and not fun. So look at this. An RV. This is Centerville, Utah. Here. I-15. Boy, we sure do have a lot of disruption on our interstates. I-80, I-15, was it 70 or 75? Oh, Detroit, all of this is causing a whole lot of supply chain disruption. But, okay, I'd like to know how that RV got on the railroad tracks. Because they say RV runs off I-15. So this is I-15. And I don't quite see how that happened. Because there's a wall here. Well, so many strange things are happening. Double trouble. Tropical storm sets crosshairs on Haiti. On Haiti. Nearly 3,000 injured. Nearly 1,000 dead. So, it's when you see these manufactured cloud going in separate directions, you know something else is affecting, the air masses. Maybe this one is to hook up with Grace. So, wow. All right. This smoke is really... How are you guys doing? You guys in the West. Getting headaches? Your eyes hurt? Look at this hurricane that's just been sitting there for days. Yeah. That's what Mother Nature does. She just parks herself outside of Cancun. Cancun? No, wait. Yeah, Cancun. Am I right about that? I don't know anymore. But, yeah. I did take captures of it. You're just gonna have to trust me or not. What does it matter? Yeah, this is cloud. It looks like stringy cheese or something. All of this cloud parked here. Okay, so the new fire, Oregon. I think it's here. Well, look at this, and look at how squared off it is. This site hardly, it takes forever to load, but look at all of the smoke. And look at this. Okay. Oh. Yeah, it's not Mother Nature. Looks like another fire in Washington State. These fires don't seem to want to ever end here in Washington. All of this. Oh, wow. Jutting out of the smoke. All right. It's coming right in here. This is where I live, and all of that red crap. This fire seems to be getting bigger. Oh, I don't have, well, all of the links to maps and information. Well, if you want a fire map, put in fire map in a search bar. Oh, come on. You know, really? Cloud jumping? It's like jumping Jack Flash. Give me a friggin' break. Yeah, you got nanotechnology in these fires as well. Whole lot's going on. Whole lot. Dixie Fire. All right, well, how are you guys doing with all of the smoke? That's a tremendous amount of smoke from these fires up here. I have to wonder if they're literally covering all of the smoke with this sheet of cloud. A lot of smoke in north and central east Montana. As well as Utah, Nevada, and Idaho, and Wyoming. I think this is smoke as well. Well, yeah, I wish I could tell you where is a safe place. There is no safe place, unfortunately. Some will go down sooner, but even where I am, and it was, oh, what was that guy's name? Joel Skolson or something? Years and years ago, he was being interviewed by a lot of people, and he was talking about all of the safe places, and apparently Eureka, Montana was high on the list. Not anymore. As far as I'm concerned, they're going to hit this area with fire. If not this year, then next year. Because it sure is dry. And it just seems like the perfect little town to go. All right. Look at this. Look at this. Oh my God, it's a little rectangle of a tropical storm. Yeah, grace to bring life-threatening flooding. Well, everything's severe weather, life-threatening, and it's usually about 200 million who are facing a major threat. It's nonstop, guys. They're really doing it up. Yeah, Michigan. Ice. They haven't had power for days on end. They're looking for ice. There's no ice. All the stores have run out of ice. This is a little bit left that they have of dry ice. And that's it. No power. You know, all of those severe storms. Severe drought could threaten power supply in West for years to come. And small towns grow desperate for water in California. No, it's not going to end. Everything's just going to get worse. So I hope you're prepared. Frankly, you know, the way this is going, they will achieve their ends, which is to deplete the population by a very significant percentage. And I can't I want to say 90 million by 2025. I have no doubt they'll achieve it. No doubt. Because most people have no clue what's going on. I would say that a majority of Americans are not prepared for supply chain disruptions, for holy shit, we have no water, and they won't survive. So, prepare as best you can. Prepare as best you can. All right, guys. I may even see you later on because I have nothing to do here.